Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome everyone to the Answers for Elders radio network. And we're so excited to be here in a beautiful summer month of August in the Pacific Northwest. And certainly for all of us that are enjoying summer activities and things like that, a lot of us may be looking around our home and going, you know, there's just a lot to do. I know right now with me, with the sun being out, I'm enjoying my garden. I'm enjoying a lot of things like that. But it's like, it seems like there's so many chores that have to get done because we've got these minimal time to get things accomplished. And then at least for those of us that are in our late 60s and early 70s, we're kind of going, you know, it's just a lot. It gets to be a lot. And, you know, I am really excited to have back, and we have had her on a while ago, but I'm certainly thrilled to have her back. And that is Tracey Harvey from Cadence living in Kent-Meridian, Washington. And Tracey, welcome back to Answers for Elders Radio Network. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you.
You know, Tracey, I am noticing really lately, and we've been talking about this a lot in our interviews and on our program. There's kind of been an evolution of senior living in the fact that there's a lot of really customizing services for that younger senior. People that instead of, you know, thinking that, oh, I'm going to go live in senior living when I'm, 80 years old, instead it's like, now I'm going to be in senior living when I'm 65 or 62. I don't need this big house anymore. And guess what? I can live, high in the hog the rest of my life. I can be retired. I can be, totally have all of my needs met. And I don't have to take care of all of those details. And you guys are really at the crest of that wave. And I'm really excited to hear a little bit more about how things are going. I know you've shared with us a little bit about your community, but fill us in. What's new?
Well, it's exciting stuff because we've been officially opened and licensed, and we had our grand opening in July. So we are welcoming seniors 62 and over into our building. And we have the studios, the 1 bedrooms, the 2 bedrooms, and exactly with what you're sharing, the shift is happening because people want to have control. They want to enjoy their passions and pursue their passions. And if they can, they feel like downsizing was a good time. And so they were making retirement plans, and they're traveling, and they're wanting people to cook their meals for them and do their house cleaning. And that's what modern aging is all about. And the active agers that we have here, it's just an amazing community that we're building. And as we'll see later with the team, there's a team that we've assembled that absolutely pulls it all together to make their lives easier. So we're just definitely very excited and having a great summer so far.
Well, it is so great to hear from you because oftentimes, people have this impression. And part of it is the fault of our industry. I will say that's true. We focus so much on care needs that people get an idea that when we walk into senior living, it's going to be this downer, but that's really not what it is. And I'm really seeing so much more in the way of really meeting the needs of that young, active senior, where you can do more things and enjoy more things. You don't have to worry about, who's gonna water my plants when I'm gone, or, how am I going to deal with who's going to pick up my mail and all those things. If I want to take a vacation, I can, live in a place like Cadence Kent-Meridian, and I can go on a 2-week cruise and not have to worry about my home, and where I, being taken care of. And I don't have to worry about the maintenance of taking care of a home. And, it's so interesting right now, with the housing market, the way it is. I have a friend right now. She just sold her condominium. She paid for it like maybe 5-6 years ago. She paid $399 for it. She just sold it. It was almost over $700,000.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how that, has evolved, and having the ability to free up all of that money to be able to do things in your life. And, there's so much of an opportunity that we have together to do that.
Absolutely.
So Tracey, you guys have been open now just in July, and you're having people move in. What kind of feedback are you getting?
Well, we're getting great feedback. And I think more than anything, it's the same old thing that you hear a lot, where families like, I wish we had done this sooner. But the ones that we're getting, and the ones we're moving people in every week, which is wonderful. But I think that they're really, really enjoying the food. It's something that they didn't really realize how much time they were spending grocery shopping. The gas prices,
running errands all the time.
We're driving them to these places. So they're really enjoying our events. We have had some wonderful events. Obviously we had our grand opening, but we have a luau that is an event coming up this week. And then next week we have Meet the Mayor event on the 25th that I invite any of our listeners to. It starts at 11 o'clock and goes till 1. And we have a wonderful Kent mayor. We've been participating in Farmers Market at Kent, down at downtown Kent. So
nice.
That's been happening on the weekends. So we're really thrilled. We have a partnership with the Kent Downtown Association, where we also do Wine Walk is coming up in the fall. So we're really loving connecting with the local Kent community and everyone that lives here.
Well, and it's really nice. And like we talked about before, Kent hasn't seen a new community come in to the, of cutting edge like you are until now. And this is such a great opportunity. And just for our listeners, there's some certain things that you shared with us, but I really want to talk a little bit about your location and your dugout that you have. Tell us a little bit about how the uniqueness of your building.
So our uniqueness of the building, I was just talking with a family yesterday. And so I shared with them when they said they were going to do some drive arounds, and they're from out south of here. And I said, well, don't just drive around, because it's not going to give you the full flavor of what we're about. Because yes, we are situated right behind Kent High School, which we're overlooking their baseball field. We have a wonderful outdoor space we call the dugout, with lovely furniture and the barbecue grill and the lights and the patio that overlooks it. So we call it the dugout. Flowers that our residents and volunteers have put together down there is amazing.
Nice.
As you look at the wetlands that we have behind us as well. And then we have, when you come in the facility, the community, we have big, huge open spaces, and we have 3 levels. So our apartments could be anywhere from a studio to a 2-bedroom, but they're all equally spaced. So there's not a lot of hall walking, but some beautiful views of Mount Rainier. You could look at the Olympics. So it really is an oasis in itself, with patios off our main dining room that we call Tahoma. And we have a rooftop deck as well.
Nice.
So there are so many wonderful spaces, in addition to all the life engagement things that we do here to keep people engaged, that it's one of those things you don't want to just drive by. You want to come in and have some fun.
Yeah. And obviously you guys do, we're going to meet your director of resident services in our next segment, and we're going to talk a little bit about the assisted living side. But that's the great thing is you guys have that safety net. So if you come in and you're very independent and vibrant, there's still that safety net of people that can take care of you. And would you share a little bit about how that works?
I sure will. We have 128 apartments, and they all are licensed for assisted living. But because you come in as an independent does not mean you are going to be under services immediately. It's for down the road. And that's the residents that we have right now, are for people being very proactive with their health. Maybe their loved ones live out of state, or they don't want to be a burden to their son or daughter in the area. They want to make sure someone else is here to care for them from a med management perspective. Maybe it's just they've had a hip injury and they had to have surgery and they need help getting around and having OT and PT. We'll have on-site services as well as a beauty shop. So there's so many amenities that they could enjoy here. And at the top, you mentioned the resident that wants to travel. We have those here, and it's amazing. Like we have one that's getting ready for an Arizona trip, but just got back from a cruise. So it's very real.
And, it's so amazing because I know, how often do I talk to people and they say, well, I'm not ready yet. And I don't understand that answer, because if somebody is trying to take care of a house and, maybe I'm not ready to let go yet, but there's so much more to consider. And I think one of the things that is really exciting about, this type of a shift in senior living is the fact that giving you the opportunity to enjoy all the amenities while you're still vibrant and moving and you can connect with people that are like you and active. And then, as your needs progress, that you'll always be there and they can build that circle around them, which is really wonderful. So Tracey, tell us a little bit about where you're located. We're going to meet your team here this hour, which is really fun. And so tell us a little bit about where you're located and how people can reach you.
Okay, great. We're located on what locals used to call Benson Road. It's 104 next to Red Robin downtown in Kent, and it's less than a mile from downtown. And the Kent station is nearby and public transit. You can call us. We would love to hear from you, and I'd love to talk to you more. 253-312-9300. And our website is Cadence Kent-Meridian.
Yes. CadenceKentMeridian.com. And go ahead and give the number one more time, Tracey.
253-312-9300.
Fabulous. And I bet you anything, we're going to be meeting coming up the resident service director and also the chef. And I bet you anything, if someone comes and visits you, that you would treat them to a lunch or a dinner. Would you not?
Absolutely. I encourage it.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to be right back. Tracey and I are going to be back with two of the staff members. I'm very excited right after this. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.